I didn't want it to get to this point. I was just trying to get back to my hometown. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. My name is Hector Bonilla. I'm not afraid to put it on social media. I am being a victim since pretty much day one that I got here in Iowa. Um, I've picked up probably, I would say, to 10 to 12 cases since I've been out here, and I've been here for 3.5 years, going on 4 on March. And the worst town, I moved from one town that was falsely arresting me. Two of the charges I agreed that I did do. One was a DUI, and one was a petty theft. Um, after being pretty much abused by the police and arrested, well, I think thoroughly, and my mind's not messed up, but I do got small mental issues. Now, do I deserve this? No, I don't. I came out here for a change, and I did do change. I've worked in several places, which, thanks to certain arrests, I've gotten fired, and thanks to certain cops being vindictive, called my landlords and got me not evicted, but evicted. Well, this would be my first eviction, and it's not for money. It's for them calling the landlord and exaggerating about cases that they got called here for. Now, I haven't been innocent all my life, so this is why I make this. Um, I do got a record, but we can pull back my record from Chicago up to at least 10 years, and I've only been charged with 2 crimes out there, and it's suspended license, and it's something that I would like to expose later on. I got the news station willing to do an interview. I got the news, the radio station, and the newspaper. It says a common theme here in Grinnell, Iowa, to be accused and abused by the police. Now these people, I put myself pretty much on house arrest. No band on my leg. I'm just exaggerating with the word house arrest, meaning I don't leave out of my house. That's one of my phobias. Now, it all started with my wife's grandmother dying, and police was called several times to the apartment over loud noise of crying over a tenant that didn't like us. Then we started getting threatened by the police that if they ever had to come again, they will arrest us and pretty much give us the maximum. Recently, I told the police. I actually didn't tell the police. I was driving to the hospital. They pulled me over. Um, I was accidentally hit with a knife with my wife, by my wife. She was cooking. I ran away with her phone, and I ran into a knife, right? And ever since then, I've been super harassed. But before that, I see a police officer. This guy had assaulted me. I'm explaining to him how I've been assaulted. The first thing he asks me if I was drinking. I went to the hospital right afterwards. They said they let me go within an hour or two, and they said there was no alcohol in my system whatsoever. I got hit and I was obligated to plead guilty as a minority to public intoxication. Next arrest was I went to a gas station called Phillips 66 and I asked for change. This lady that I asked for change is always trying to sell and admitted that she does drugs, but she thought because I got tattoos on my face that I was going to be part of that. Just told her, let's just be friends. I'm not part of that. So I go there to get change because the bank, Wells Fargo, says it only takes $50 at a time. I only had $100 bills. We needed to pay a payment over the phone, or if not, we would have been delinquent. I go to the gas station. She gives me $200 and change with no problem. I ask her if she can do more. The guy behind me gives me 200. So I still needed the other 100 changed. I went back to my car. I came back into the gas station and tried to buy an item with the $100 bill. I guess because she does meth, she got aggravated and called the owner of the store that actually used to get along with me. Now he wants to claim he don't. But he also said he didn't want me arrested, that he never asked for me to be arrested. He just didn't want me to go to the gas station anymore. The cops knock on my door. There's an elderly lady. And let me rephrase that because that's exactly what I'm trying to get to. Us in Chicago, we speak differently. So this man is pounding on the door with 3 other officers, or 2 other officers. It was a total of 3 or 4. Like somebody killed somebody. There's an elderly lady that's 85 or more, she told me, that lived next door. I asked him, why is he knocking so hard? He said, well, we came to give you a no contact order to not go back to Phillips 66. By then I already had a minor attitude, but they should have just left. There was no noise, no nothing involved in none of that. After that happened, he just wants to go ahead and he says he wants to arrest me for disorderly conduct. Then on top of disorderly conduct, by the time I got to the police station, I was aggravated. Like I said, I'm only human as well. So if you're falsely getting arrested, yeah, you will say something. My word was, he's a peckerwood, and that's why he's arresting me. For saying that, I ended up getting harassment also for some reason towards the gas station when none of these charges, as I wasn't even read my Miranda rights, but I was being arrested. And then by the time I get to the gas station, he put some more charges on me because he didn't want me to bond out or release me straight from the police station, which was what he was supposed to do. Same cop, like I said, accidentally ran into a knife. Charges my wife with 2 domestic felony charges, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And I never said that she stabbed me, so I don't understand why she even got charged with that. I said I ran into this knife. That happens all the time. I've been cooking. She was eating some chicken wings, trying to cut some steak. Heard her phone, wanted it. I walked in through a screen door, which I will show you right now. Don't give you that much space. So this screen door here, for the balcony. Don't give you too much space. She ends up getting charged with all these charges. But before this happened, we were already threatened that if they ever had to come back towards us, that they're not babysitters or counselors, that we will be charged with the maximum. Now, this got to go public for the simple fact that I never claimed I was innocent as an adolescent. I was never pretty much a person that anybody did not like. If anything, I get along with almost everybody here in Grinnell. Maybe 2 or 3 tenants chose to go their route. So then I get the fireman's knocking on the door. Either landlord trying to think that there's whatever judging me again, or the police got certain people on a watch thinking that Harmony was going to come in the house, for the simple fact that I plead guilty for allowing my wife that did not have a place to stay in my house when I did know she wasn't supposed to be there. But as a human being and as a person of God, I am going to allow her to come in. Now, they ain't had no reason to come in my house. They violated my 4th and my 14th Amendment. But out here, nobody wants to do nothing about it. They're hanging on to my case that they try to build on me because they know I'm innocent. They offered me 2 days, which I didn't have to do, they said. Then it went to 30 days. Then it went to 60 days. And now I got to take this to trial. Unfortunately, this is what minorities do got to pay, believe it or not. Racism is still strong out there. And it's messed up that Iowa don't got a defense team to see when the police is actually harassing you. Now, sarcastically, I say I'm on house arrest, right? Because I'm scared to go out. These cops come. I got video footage. They parked behind my house. I went to court to settle a case over a fine, again, for being falsely arrested for public intoxication. When I was only, this is my backyard. The police pulls up where you see the little driveway there. So I walk up to them and tell them how I'm being assaulted. So I find out later on that the guy admits that he assaulted me, but I'm the one that ends up in jail. And to not stay in jail due to my medical conditions, I forced to plead guilty. When they see that I'm not pleading guilty to them other charges, they decide to try to hold me in contempt of court over a fine that I forgot about, which was the public intoxication. They got me falsely evicted, and my landlord is part of the Tea Party. Everything's getting pretty much thrown away. We're scared to be here, so it's kind of messy here a little bit. I give everything to the tenants. And this is all due to being scared of the police, because I'm from Chicago and my lawyers advise me, I got 3 of them right now, that they will try to plant something on me that They want me to leave, but before I leave, they want me to do some jail time. Now, I did two stupid things in the town before that I plead guilty to, and I admit one of them landed me on probation. I never said I was completely innocent. Now, like I said, certain things drive you mad, so you end up doing something stupid. It's not an excuse, so that's what I told the judge, and I got 2.5 years. Um, I've been super good. I even recently got a recommendation by my PO because dropping clean, show up on time, don't get into no trouble. And now I got a second violation of for the simple fact that they violated my 4th and my 14th. I told them they couldn't come in. They said that they heard a girl and that Harmony was in here. It could have been any girl, but they were just determined to do what they want to do and violate the rights of a human being, our civil rights. So it's like, I feel that what are we on martial law? We don't got no rights. We ain't got nothing as a U.S. citizen. I've lost 4 jobs thanks to the police, well-paying jobs, and that's what I came out here for. And all I've done is lost, and now this is one of my biggest losses right here. Falsely being evicted, them calling my landlords and telling them that there was a bloodbath inside the apartment. Now, I know no tenant can say that because no tenant was here when this even happened. And there was no bloodbath. There was not even a drip of blood inside here. And that just shows you how corrupted the police can be. I'm not going to cover my face. I'm not going to do none of that. I've spoken to several people. Had to hire a private detective. They got me down to my small business, which is selling shoes. Right now, my rest of my stuff are in a vehicle that somehow got its transmission fluid taken off of it, but they're watching me at all times, but they didn't see somebody do that. So it makes me wonder, do they got something involved with that? But no blames to that because I did not see exactly who it was. Now, I did see a tall, Caucasian guy by my vehicle at one time, and the next day, that's when I realized that my transmission fluid was leaked out. I got proof that my transmission didn't have no problems, but since it hit a certain time, I went ahead and threw new gaskets on them, and it was refilled not even 2 months from when this happened, which was recently. So pretty much state of Iowa, depending on which city you're in, you will be picked on and you will catch cases and you will be forced to plead guilty to these charges. Like I said, what I'm saying this for is for the simple fact that I was guilty on the charge. I pled guilty to it. 2.5 years. And since I'm on papers, these cops choose to stack up more and more and more and more and more. Now, I don't leave my house. All stores get along with me. Most of the tenants got along with me. Everybody around that lives around says hi and nice and politely. There's just one problem. We got corrupted police. we got 2 or 3 judges, and I don't know if they're trying to meet a quota or what the scenario is, but somehow everybody's working together. And I know by putting this out there, since I got a pending case for that false arrest, there can be a good possibility that they'll try to convict me for it. But it'll be up to the jury to decide if I'm guilty or not. Now the videotape's been put out there. The cop was harassment to begin with. When the cop is in my face about to beat me up inside my house, then inside the police station, which also sprained, and I got proof of that, my wrist, because he put the cuffs so hard on me. These charges are still pending. These charges should have been dropped a long time ago. District attorney or DEA, whatever, didn't already seen the videos. And it's wrong. It's wrong to discriminate or to try to meet a quota and try to arrest somebody because either tattoos on their face or because he's on papers. So I wish this kind of goes worldwide for the simple fact that everybody needs to know that in every town every state there is racism. But when they're pushing it to where they're parking behind your house, when they're telling tenants to watch over you, when they're telling landlords false reports to get you evicted, that's not a police. That's not protect and serve. That's demolishing somebody's life. See, I just had to let go of all my expensive couches, TVs, gave away most clothes, table sets, entertainment centers, DVDs, and so on, because that is material, but it was expensive material. And why should I have to have done that? So this goes out for Grinnell Police, and it also goes out for the Sunset Apartment landlord. All right, now let's say it was truth that my wife came to stab me. She wouldn't have stabbed me on my leg. She would have tried to stab me. Obviously, you're not going to stab somebody and just leave them punctured. You want to kill them. For the charges that she got charged with, why would that be that? Here goes my little puncture wound. Like I said, I walked into it. Now, when they asked me to write a report, and I told them that I'm going to write the truth, I was taken away the paper and asked to leave out of the police station. Now, I chose the wrong words. I said she ended up stabbing me because we're from Chicago, so we speak differently. I didn't say she stabbed me, she tried to kill me or anything like that. She had to spend time in jail and got a very high bond. And between my pain and suffering, because I suffer severe anxiety, insomnia, bipolarness, obviously, and many more other stuff, I feel that they're trying to use anything to come back in here and maybe plant something in this house or arrest me because I'm making complaints against them. And the funny thing is, there's not too many places to make complaints here in Iowa. As a matter of fact, to tell you guys something, you pretty much don't got a preliminary hearing, meaning the judge automatically believes the cop. Something's wrong and something needs to be changed. I don't plan on staying here unless they get offended again of what I'm saying to you guys now and putting it out on public. Like I said, I came here to change. It wasn't changed because I was out there being destructive. It was because pretty much I wasn't doing nothing. I was having a job here and there, and I wanted to provide for my kid the right way, and I came here for job opportunities, and I had them. And again, I would thank the police for me losing them. So anybody that ever has plans on moving to Iowa, and you are not Caucasian, I would advise you guys to really think about it twice. As a matter of fact, think about it 4 to 5 times. It's funny the way I see a whole bunch of stuff's happening around here, but nobody gets arrested, you know? And that's what's messing my head up right now, for the simple fact that I guess selling crystal meth or doing meth is better than picking on what they want to call me. You know, a nigger, a spick. I mean, my first arrest were saying that I was African American. My wife is African American and Puerto Rican, so you know, I'm not offensive with that, but I clearly look Puerto Rican. And if not, because I grew my beard out, I can look a little bit of Afghanistan from the Middle East. So it just shows you their mentality of how they think. And I've seen cops here pull people to the side and tell them to go home. I ain't never had that opportunity. Now, like I said, we got known in Grinnell. Unfortunately, my wife's grandma was going through, which is considered her mother, was going through trying to find a liver for a liver transplant. She was gonna die. So she's very attached to her because her mother got killed. So there was several screamings by her. Cops did come to the facility. There was never no arrest, just threats. And I'm gonna leave it like that. I got a channel made. See how long I last out here before they try to send me to the penitentiary. One more point I want to make is that all the time I go to court, not only being the victim of having to take a plea bargain for something I did not do, I always get the maximum. They don't ask me for nothing in the middle, nothing less than the middle. They want to give me the maximum. So if I don't make this speech, and hopefully other people that have been victim to the same thing can make this speech, let's not cover our faces. Let's not riot over it. Let's sit down and do something about it. Some of these cops need their badges taken away, and some of them also need their badges taken away and sent to jail. For they can feel how we feel when everything's taken away from you. After you were doing good, you try to build your house, feed your family, and then from one day to another, you don't got nothing. May God bless you guys all. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah that I'm still here. And maybe that might be a reason.